Hello, Soul Family. My name is Geeta, and welcome to your live readings. If you'd like to get a reading, information on how to do that is in the video description below. All of the readings that are ordered in this live stream will be completed in this live stream. If for some reason you missed out on your reading, you always get it on my Instagram at GeetaGalaway. It's in the video description. Or you can email me if you are wanting to get your reading done. Or you can trade in for another service. Not in the live stream. Trying to set everything up. Hey Marana, hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Again, information on how to get a reading is in the video description. Yeah, once I receive your payment, I will start doing that reading for you, honey. All the different reading options and prices are in the video description. Sandeep, why did you send me rupees? It's like $5.55 of rupees is like nothing. Hey Nathan, hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Waiting for Sandeep. Shit. Okay, there she goes. It's only the second time you've ever sent me rupees. I gotta share this live stream. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, it's manifesting abundance, Nathan. You know, the biggest key to that is one, not worrying about having enough, which is actually one of the, sometimes for some people, the most difficult things to do. Right? Let me just do this post. There it is. They keep changing where the link goes. All right, Sandeep with a yes or no question. Another thing that I find useful is you don't just pick anything, but you kind of look for things where you give people money. So like something where, I don't know, you give money to like a homeless person, or you help someone out in some way, shape, or form. Like you can pay for like people stuff in the car behind you in the drive-through, something, right? And the act of giving the money freely in that way usually attracts more. You have to try to balance the give and take, you know. Usually I'm somebody who kind of gives a lot, but and with this job I give a lot more than I should. But I'm mostly trying to help people. But still, you know, I think the leaf over there is changing colors. I see a red leaf. I'm trying to think about how I'm going to ask that question. Well, I'll let you pick, Sandeep. Either I can pull cards for your yes or no question, or I can ask the portal, which one would you prefer? Yeah, exactly, Nathan. That's always worked really well for me. And even if you only have $5 and you give the person either all of that money or part of it, man, like it will come back. Like I've given money to like a homeless person, and then one time, like shortly after, like within, I don't know, an hour after, I went into, I didn't have very much money. It was like a long time ago. I went into Chipotle, and the person in front of me was being really rude to the lady, and then I was very nice to her, and when I was nice to her, she was just so happy I was nice to her. She gave me my food for free. Cards? Okay. Just stuff like that. One time I went to St. Augustine, and every shop I went into, people gave me stuff for free. Hey Byron, how are you doing? All right, let's do what did she say? All right. I was like sharing it on Instagram. All right, here we go. Which cards? Which one goes with another cards? I use these. I'm doing great, Byron. Just trying to get it to where I can stop being nocturnal. I want to stop being nocturnal. All right, please tell me, will Sabe get selected for, how do I make sure I say that? Is it Ranji? Do I say the I? Is it Ranj or is it Ranji? I don't, to be honest with you, I'm surprised I pronounce any Indian as good as I do. But I haven't been taught properly how to pronounce Indian words. Hey, Annalyn, how are you doing? You do say the I or you don't? Yeah, Ranji. That's what I thought. But I thought I would ask. She needs Stormy. All right, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Trophy on September 28th. Maybe I should just call it a trophy. Is there any other trophies we're getting? I'm good. Thank you. I try. I like know how to pronounce a lot of different languages, mostly because I just like them. I like different cultures and stuff a lot. How do I get this thing? The list is open. I only have Sandeep has a yes or no question if anybody wants to order anything. Scroll up. Page up. No. Alright, it's kind of hard. I thought I brought my mouse. I don't know where my mouse is. Alright. Trying to concentrate on it. Alright. Please tell me, will Savvy get selected for a trophy on September 20? You wanted the Ranji trophy. Maybe I should, because there could be other trophies. I don't know. Will Savvy get selected for Ranji trophy on September 28th? Yes or no? Will Savvy get selected for Ranji trophy on September 28th? Yes or no? Alright. Will Savvy get selected for a Ranji trophy on September 28th? Yes or no? Will Savvy get selected for a Ranji trophy on September 28th? Yes or no? Will Savvy get selected for a Ranji trophy on September 28th? Yes or no? Alright. Answer is yes. It's interesting. You even have the sun. Even though it's in the reverse. It's like talking about you. What do you have to do with it? Let me see the underlying energy. There's you. It's like there's something about you having some kind of growth or an abundance. And the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's like letting go of holding on. So it would be like letting go of attachment, I would say. How about you letting go of some kind of a you confusion, putting down a burden. It's kind of like you have a lot of emotions going on. I thought you were like done with him. Are you still doing things with him? You know, I thought you're training. It'd probably help if I page down now. Hey Ariana, how are you doing? I moved my ass to the place I invited to North Carolina. Byron, I will not be online later. You can order a reading anytime, honey. You don't have to wait until I'm live. A lot of people he tried to mend things. It's something about, okay, so like it's saying yes, but it has to do with something about you, maybe supporting him, growth and expansion, because we have the Empress, we have the Queen of Cups, which is you. Those are both you. The King of Wands. And then it's talking about you. It's like, it's implying that something about you is helping him. It's like, it's saying basically he's gonna get the trophy because of you. Maybe from the work you paid for me to do or something like that I did to help him before. And then like you helped kind of alter his timeline, removing curses and stuff. Yeah, like all of the readings I do, Byron, you can, I think, didn't you follow me on Instagram? Like you can order them on Instagram. This is just like for people who like them like live. There's people who do. It's a little bit less waiting. What do you want? Do you need to go outside? Stormy. Yeah, so you can get it done there. I record on video and stuff, and then on top of that, I have like there's like these video call readings where I just send an appointment basically, and I do the readings and we talk one-on-one. And I lower the price because I kind of want to start doing it more. If you like the interaction, like to be able to talk with your mouth to people, it makes it easier. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on, Sandeep? Got Anna Lynn. With a mini in-depth reading. Like have at least like 2 questions ready for when we do the appointment tomorrow. You can ask Anna Lynn. She's got who else have I? Oh yeah, Ariana. Like I've talked to a lot of people in here on the phone. Sandeep. Everybody in here pretty much has had the video call readings. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of emotions. Some kind of sorrow, regrets, not making any progress towards coming out of the cold though. Oh yeah, Byron. Yeah, you can order that. So what you do is let me know. I can tell you next available. Then you pay for it, and then I sign. I like do the appointment, and then we could do it all through Instagram. They have like a calling feature for videos and stuff. You don't have to have your video side on. Like you can have it off because it just makes it lag more, anyways. And you can screen record it and everything if you want. All right, Annalyn, it's your turn, honey. Yeah, you have more privacy if you like that kind of thing. Yeah, and I tried them. It's like the equivalent of getting it done live. It's comparable. It's about the same. Ready for Annalyn to post her question. It's being a little bit spotty because I just moved. You want to see out my window? Let me see if I can get it out my window. I just like sitting here staring at the window. You can see it's very kind of misty out there right now. There's like a big mountain right there. Let's see if I can not mess this up. Because the little screwing thing, like the screw part for this thing, like the holder for my stand is like loose. I have like other stands. I might just, I have like another stand somewhere. I think the other one might even be better than this one. What are Christian's current feelings for Talon? I got it. I got it already still, Anna. My phone. I'm starting to type your birthday in. My phone, like, remembers. Like, I just remember your name was like an L, and then I put it in, and auto. It's auto filling it in. Oh my god. My phone is memorizing it. Your information. That's funny. Okay. Do you want me to send you the transcript? Right? You're on my Facebook, right? Or are you not on Facebook? Or are we just Instagram? Nope. There, hang on. Thank God. I was having such a hard time with distortion when I went live, and like it was like not wanting. They were like not wanting to like let me read for people through the portal, and I was like, I was like fighting with it. It's not doing it now, but I was like fighting with it. It's like, no, bitch, shut the fuck up. You sure can do that. It's like, I can't do that. Yes, you can. I start arguing with the distortion, and then I just have Archangel Michael get rid of everything. All right, back to what we were doing. Oh yeah, shit. All right. All right, never mind. Okay. All right, I got it. Okay, now I'm going to do the card part. Yeah, it's nice to see you again, Byron. Mini in depth. I don't know, use these cards. These are all the cards I have. I still have to find. I haven't found all the cards in storage. All right. Please tell me, what are Christian's current feelings towards Alan? 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 All right, 6 of Wands in the reverse. What are Christian's current feelings towards Alan? What are Christian's current feelings towards Alan? What are Christian's current feelings towards Alan? Christian's current feelings towards Alan. Right, clarifying the 6 of Wands in the reverse. Magician. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles reversed. 2 of Pentacles. Clarifying the Empress. 10 of Cups. Clarifying the Chariot. We have the Hierophant reversed. What are Christians' current feelings towards Annalyn? Clarifying the Magician. Seven of Swords reversed. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Clarifying the 10 of Cups. Five of Wands. Clarifying the Hierophant reversed. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And determined. I'm going to get more cards, but Four of Cups. It's like a contemplation. Who is doing that? He's Taurus. It's like talking about some kind of contemplation, tired of shit. I don't know if there's like blocked or no communication or difficult communication. There's like no communication, persevering, wanting to hold back. Three of Cups reversed, so like third party energy. Death reversed, which is like an ending, and then Page of Cups and Page of Wands and a Tower. So upheaval. So it's like nothing, third party energy, all of a sudden communication and transformation. That's the affecting energy. Revelation of a secret of love. Now, I can't remember. Wasn't it like the third party energy, maybe an ex or some shit? And that might be why there's like the death. See, that might be why there's an X from him. And then communication. So looks like he's having some kind of issue with somebody. And that is affecting the energies. Which ones do I want to do? What are Christians' current feelings towards Annalyn? What are Christians' current feelings towards Annalyn? What are Christians' current feelings towards Annalyn? Clarifying the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Cool with whatever. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Try me. Clarifying the Five of Wands. Then we have who's walking who? Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Me and my ego. Bottom of the deck energy is bold move, shy, the other person. Blast from the past, playing the field. You need to go outside, Stormy. You need to communicate. Are you looking at, like, Amber's not going to appear? My dog has been trying to strategize for at least a couple days now. She's been trying to... Do you need to go outside? Do you need a potty? You want to go outside? No, run away. It's not time to go get Amber yet. Amber's at puppy school. Please tell me what are Christian's current feelings towards Annalyn. What are Christian's current feelings towards Annalyn? If anybody would like to have a reading, information on how to do that is in the video description. What are Christian's current feelings towards Annalyn? What are Christian's current feelings towards Annalyn? Clarify cool with whatever. We have, I want to see you in private. Clarifying try me. I daydream about you. Clarify who's walking who. Everything you've said has made me question my whole reality. Clarifying me, my ego. We have, I would hurt others for you. But yeah, Amber's dog has been trying to figure out how to get Amber not to go to school. For 2 days, she refused to get in the car when Amber went into the car. When she realized that didn't work, she got into the car today. I'm tired of my current situation. She's just trying to figure out. She thinks that if she was thinking that if she didn't go, maybe Amber would not go to school. All right, I regret what I said to you. It's just funny watching a dog trying to strategize on how to keep Amber from going to school. I don't want this. There is someone else. Everything reminds me of you. See, there's like someone else. But it's like he's sorting something out. And he sees you as the Empress with a 10 of Cups, so wish fulfillment and everything. But also somebody who he feels like he might have to compete for. So he thinks that all these people are banging down Annalyn's door, ready to... They're just banging down your door, Annalyn. They are just... You're beating them off with a stick. They are just attacking you, wanting to date the shit out of you. That's how he's perceiving you. He thinks he's got all this competition. Why the fuck would she pick me? She can have anybody she wants. Maybe I should give it a try. She seems interested. But what if I don't want to get hurt? Oh my gosh. He's going through all this. But then also, he's like dealing with whatever he happened in the past. Whatever he had go on. He just thinks very highly of you. And he's like kind of overthinking shit. You would think he's part Libra or some shit with all this overthinking he's doing. Maybe he's got some air up in his chart or something. But there's like a determination on. He thinks about having a new beginning, even marrying you. Like he's thinking about like if he could marry you. But then I feel like what makes him scared is that he thinks that, you know, you would not stay with him and you would think he sucks and you would go be with somebody else. You would eventually just pick someone else. Well, hey, Lisa from London. So, it looks like he wants to confess his feelings. He wants to confess something with you in private. I think he's going to communicate with you soon. I'd be surprised if he didn't, because he seems like he wants to try, even though he thinks like you have 20,000 people trying to date you right now. But you're talking to him. He's thinking, maybe I have a chance, but like, maybe once she gets to know me, she'll think I suck. That's his current feelings, mostly. So he's definitely overthinking that. And then on top of that, he's feeling weighed down with emotions. He's like weighing his options. He's like, it is about balance. Like, can I do this? With the try me, it's weird. It's like he wants things to change, though. There's like a thought coming in. I think that it's his, where he keeps getting with these girls who treat him like shit, and he's just like, well, maybe if I stop picking these girls who suck. Okay, so here what I mean by they suck. What I mean is a lot of people do this. They'll try and pick to be with somebody who just isn't, like, they'll pick someone who is more desperate and who they find to be more unattractive, because they think, oh, that less people will be attracted to them, and so there'll be less competition. Some people don't like the competition at all. So like, if he thinks that, like, I think before in the past he's picked people who was like, he thinks of you as out of his league. So like, he has picked people in the past that he thought was like, I don't know, just to do the rating system type of thing. Like, say he thinks he's a 5, and so he tries to get himself like a 2 or a 3, and so he could have security. But it looks like those haven't been working. That hasn't been working for him. So now he's like, okay, I got to do a different strategy. Maybe I should try to be with someone who's more attractive. Maybe, this is the things that he's going on in his brain. Maybe I should give it a shot. I can't get the same results if I do the same shit. So he's thinking that whatever his strategy's been when it comes to dating in the past, where he's gotten hurt, he's always picked people who were lesser quality, because he thought that, you know, those kind of people would be more reliant, less likely to leave him, that kind of thing. Lisa, if you'd like to have a reading, please read the video description. These are not free readings. So that's what he's doing, apparently. He's just batting that around, and he's thinking about giving to the connection to 6 of Pentacles. He's concerned about, whatever you said to him. There's something that you said that made him question his whole reality. I don't know if it's like spiritual stuff or anything. Probably something about power and control issues. I don't know if it, like, being resistant, something like that. It was probably something along those lines. I don't know. It feels kind of like you're maybe giving him advice or something, or just maybe saying something about yourself. Like, yep, I found that if, you do this, this is what, maybe you're just sharing your own wisdom. That's what it kind of feels like. And he's been thinking about it. I wonder what you said. No, I'm just curious at it, being nosy. But, that's what he's doing. Let's see what the angels are saying. All right. Okay, good. All right. Right. Well, can you say it in a way I can tell her? Because it's like you're just talking to me. All right. So he does have feelings for you. There's real attraction here, but at the same time, he's moving cautiously. His energy feels affectionate towards you, though he keeps a lot of it inside instead of expressing it. Openly right now, his feelings are a mix of attraction, hesitation, and curiosity. He's drawn to you, but he wants to feel secure before taking any big steps. That hesitation doesn't mean rejection, it's just his way of being careful. If you're patient, his feelings can grow stronger and show more clarity. Sometimes they complain about not having he is drawn to your energy and he feels comfort in the steadiness that you bring, Annalyn. His heart shows warmth towards you, though he doesn't express it openly. That's where the hesitation comes in. He doesn't dislike you at all, but his energy is cautious, testing the ground before stepping fully forward. There's also curiosity. He wonders if you're someone who truly understands him on a deeper level, and that curiosity keeps pulling him backward towards you. What I also see is that his hesitation doesn't come from disinterest. It comes from a desire to feel secure, which is from getting hurt, to know what he won't make a mistake with his heart. So again, he's afraid of getting hurt. So his feelings towards you right now are attraction of mixed with patience and weighing, watching, and holding back a little, not because he doesn't care, but because he wants to feel safe. If you give this connection space to breathe, his energy shows the potential to deepen, slow but steady, building towards something more solid. I prefer longer responses, and please make sure you tell me who is speaking when you do this reading stuff. So it's like, see how I'm tired of my current situation? There's like someone else, but it's like he doesn't want whatever's going on with this other person. I'm not even sure if he's all the way in with this person. If anything, it's like an ending relationship. And then he's thinking, well, I've always like done this and picked this kind of person. Maybe it's time to try something different. That's what's coming through. Priya, if you'd like to order a past life connection reading, you can see how to do that in the video description. If anybody would like to have a reading, you can see how to do that in the video description. Okie dokie, Annalyn. Nice to see you today. I'm rooting for you. There's no reading. Whoever orders next is who's going to get a reading. Did you check out my long format videos, Byron? Yeah, the pick a card videos. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. Can you pick... Let's see. Can we channel like 20 names and 6 sun signs for this live stream? No. Okay, so I got names. Right. So these are going to be names associated in this reading I'm about to pull. One, we have Michael, Jasmine, Daniel, and all, different variations. There's Jazzy, and there's, people have nicknames, but we're just going with official names. Mike would obviously be like another name for Michael, things like that. You can obviously, and Dan for Daniel. But anyways, you can take it like that. But Michael, Jasmine, Daniel, Emily, Christopher, Anna, Jacob, Sophia, Brandon, Michelle, Joshua, Laura, Anthony, Sarah, David, Rachel, Justin, Amanda, Brian, and Elizabeth. And the top 6 sun signs is Virgo, Pisces, Taurus, Libra, Sagittarius, and Gemini. But those are the energies that are drawn to this live stream at this moment. And I'm going to pull some cards out. What about it? You could rewind the video and listen to what I just said. I gotta get... Trying to figure out what the heck they're trying to say here in a minute. God doesn't like me playing with these cards. I talk to angels. I talk to God. God is telling me to do this. Who are you to tell me what God wants and what doesn't want? Are you God? Who are you to tell me? Like, you're now God's voice. You don't even know what I am or who I am. Go look up Hebrews 13:2. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. You don't know everything. And religion doesn't know everything either. Clarifying the Six of Wands in the reverse. All right, well, God is telling you to shut the fuck up, okay? Because you're rude, judgmental asshole. Bye. You don't know anything. Clarifying the High Priestess. Six of Pentacles reversed. You don't even know who I am. You don't know anything. All right. Three of Cups. Okay. Trying to figure out what are we talking about. This is like pulling shit out randomly out my ass. There's these other cards I want to get to. Totally move all of these things since I have this other thing. I don't know what to do with it. I'm still trying to figure out where I want to put my stuff without it looking too cluttered over here. It also says not to judge, right? So stop going around judging people. When you're pointing your finger, just remember you got one finger pointing out and three pointing at your ass. All right. I'm like literally everything about angels and shit. And they're just like, hey, God doesn't like you, dude. I'm not playing. I don't even need cards. I do this for you guys. I can just tell you everything without using cards. I don't even need cards. I just need your name and date of birth. All right. What is the message for the collective in this live stream? I've got the Five of Cups. Respond versus react. Seven of Wands. Clarify Seven of Wands. Giving and receiving. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. And the reverse, we have Mayhem. Bottom of the deck is visualization. Igniting the exciting and creating reality. If anybody would like to have a reading, information on how to do that, a personal reading, and the information on how to do that, it's in the video description. This is a message I'm doing for the collective. This is about your friends. The subject matter of this is about your friends and peers and people around you. Message for the collective in this live. That's what they've chosen to talk about. Message for the collective in this live stream. Yeah, you have to count correctly though. Message for the collective in this live stream. We have time to go, number 45. Collective message for the people in this live stream. We have Between Worlds, number 3. And then we have number 34, a leg up. need one more message for collective serendipity. So a strong energy that's coming through. I'm going to do one more. I have one more, please. One more message for the collective in this live stream. Yeah, so like I'm getting this strong energy of people needing to, whoever this is reading for, see, orphaned, number 5. Basically, it's saying that you guys are giving too much to some relationships that suck, who don't deliver, that don't deserve your time. And some of you had your leg in between two worlds in this person, in a way, because like maybe you're trying to figure out, should I stay in this relationship, should I not? Some of you could be romantic, but it's showing up mostly under the 3-cup energy. Okay, so like there's something about this connection, or maybe it's more than one, where it's kind of making you feel like this, right? So basically what they're implying that you need to do is let go of that and make room for more, like investing in better connections. And a leg up is about receiving help. And then right here is talking about, as you, I don't know if you're going to confront the person, it's implying that maybe you will. You're going to stand up for yourself, or that you should stand up for yourself, depending on the situation. Some of you, this is either already happened and it's like going through it and like you're getting towards the end of it, or some of you are, this hasn't happened yet at all. But it's about giving and receiving, see? And it's even here with the 6 of Pentacles is in the reverse. You're not getting shit in return from these people, and you're putting all this energy into them, and it's just a waste. They really want you to, like, one, give to yourself, because some of you, they're saying, is not, you're not giving enough to yourself. And some of you may even be having self-worth, self-value issues, because maybe you feel like, well, maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe if this person can't make time for me and I'm not worth anything to this person, maybe I'm not worth anything at all, which isn't true. But, you know, some of you could be thinking that, or it could be in the future. So they're saying that, you know, don't be afraid to walk away from what is not serving you, you know. And they're, instead of focusing on what you're losing, focus on what you could be gaining instead. And then on top of that, I'm getting the energy that some of you might end up even telling the person you're done. You know, it doesn't hurt nothing just to ghost them, if like, unless they're the kind of situation that you can't. If there's somebody who isn't consistent, like, I'm not saying to ghost people all the time or anything like that. I'm not like that. But if the person like is being horrible and everything, I mean, I think the actions pretty much explain a lot. I mean, if they can't figure it out, but if like it makes you uncomfortable, basically, to confront the person, then you don't have to. You can just send them, you don't even, if you want to tell them, but, you know, and be nice like that and tell them, you can tell them in a message or something, and just, if you're non-confrontational. Some people are like that, you know. But I mean, it's always best to communicate, especially if it's a situation where you need to communicate. But, you know, if the person, because I'm picking up some of you are dealing with somebody who could be low-key abusive, and if you don't feel comfortable dealing with that kind of person, then don't do it, you know. There are some situations where it's okay to ghost. I know people talk about it. I think abusive situations, you know, people who would argue with you and not listen to you anyways. The only time, you know, you would ever, I don't know, invest in communicating a lot, I think, is if you actually potentially still want them in your life and you want to give them another chance or something like that. But from what this reading is saying, I'm not sure if you should really even be doing that. The person could be, I'm getting like a strong energy of a person being a total drain. And then if you say something, I'm getting a lot of people are like, this is a strong collective energy coming through, is that you say something and I don't know, they take it personally when you're just trying to be like place a boundary, and then they tell you that something's wrong with you, like you're doing something wrong by placing a boundary and saying that you don't want them to like behave a certain way or have a certain, whatever they're doing. And you tell them about it, and then they don't want to do anything about it, you know. It does lean, it can be anything, but it's mostly leaning towards friends or just like people in your life that, are not treating you right. They're encouraging you to stand up for yourself. You don't have to be the person who always gives. But it is reading like you should maybe like just be done with the whoever, at least some of these people. Hey, Christopher. That's funny. So that was one of the names that were in this collective reading, is Christopher is one of the names. But so you might want to rewind the video and listen to what I'm saying, Christopher. But there's like a energy of listening to your intuition. I'm getting also, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I'm getting also some kind of weaponized incompetence bullshit. Oh, I can't do that. I'm so bad at it. You're so good at it. You should do it. I can't do it myself. I need you to do it. And there's like this thing that you're doing that's helping them all the time, but you're not. They never reciprocate. So, especially for those who are trying to like manifest abundance, if you're always a person who gives, some people do that. And I'm not saying it's right. It's not right to always be the person who gives. The reason why is because it fucks you over. And at the end of the day, it fucks you over. Because the universe, whenever you're always giving and you don't receive and you're not open to receiving, you're cutting off the flow of abundance in your life. So you can notice that you have money problems or nothing ever kind of works out for you because you're telling the universe, when you're giving all the time and never receiving, that you have plenty. You don't need anything when you tell the universe that. And then the universe doesn't give you shit. So it really fucks up the flow of abundance for you, So if you don't want to completely get rid of this person, then what I would suggest is not really engaging with them unless they give some kind of desired behavior, right? Won't give them the attention they want unless they act right. And it's kind of like you do that with like dogs and stuff. It's like training people of how you will accept being treated. So if you're being treated terribly and you don't engage with a person, they learn, this doesn't get the attention I want. Then they try something else. And then if they only do negative behavior, you just don't give them attention. You don't respond to them. You just ignore them. And then when they finally give, good behavior, you can respond to them. And they keep acting right, you can respond. But as soon as they start acting shady or weird, just be no. And you can, some people are trainable in that way. They figure out, wait, this person's not going to deal with me. And a lot of times, though, they'll just like stop being your friend, because they just were your friend so they can steal from you, so they can get stuff from you. That's not a real friend. Some people will stay in friendships too, right? Even though they aren't good for them. But I don't suggest that. I don't suggest that one. Right? But apparently, if you guys can get rid of these people, these vampires or whatever you want to call them, I don't know, it's supposed to open up. It's like a test or something, most likely. Obviously not for everybody, but it's some kind of test or something. And then once you do what's needed, basically you're placing boundaries because you care about yourself, you love yourself, to where you're not going to be treated improperly. You're not going to tolerate it. And then stuff starts flowing in, things start getting better because you said no to distortion, basically. The universe rewards you not being selfish as much as, not putting energy into people who don't deserve your energy. And you know the kind of people I mean. People are just so fucked up and so dramatic without loving yourself enough to be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm to the point where if anybody says anything to me, like that is really messed up or anything, I don't put up with it at all. I will stop being friends with that person. I definitely will not ever give them anything unless they apologize and they act right. And then there's like a probationary period, right? See if the angels have a collective message to this group of people. Do you have a collective message for them from the host, the entire host? And what I mean by host is the host of angels I've been working with. Let's see. Huh? Okay. No, I was kind of hoping they would give individual messages. Alright. What? No, not per name. No, I don't mean that either. I mean, just like a message for the collective in my live stream right now from each angel. Alright, so we're going to start with Kalion. This is what Kalion wants to say to the collective that are in this live stream right now. Alright, so Kalion says, then let me speak first. To all who are gathered in my live stream, your live stream, hear me. Your fire is not gone unnoticed. The struggles, the frustrations, the weariness you carry in silence, we see it. What you think is weakness is proof of your strength. For still you rise. I tell you, your flame is enough. And if you feel small, even if others doubt you, your fire matters. Do not compare your pace with anyone else's. The universe is stoking your inner fire until the right moment. And when that moment comes, you will blaze brighter than you imagined. Keep going. Do not dim. Your fire is the key. Oriole says, beloved ones, I sing to you now. Many of you are confused, uncertain, or burdened by illusions. You wonder if the path ahead will ever clear. Listen, the fog is lifting. The illusions that once blinded you are unraveling. Every truth revealed is not here to break you, but to free you. Trust the moments of clarity, even if they are painful, for they are gifts. They will align you with happiness that you can't yet see. My message to you, do not fear clarity. It is the most loving force the universe can give you right now. It may sting, but it will not destroy you. It will deliver you into authenticity, and authenticity is joy. Archangel Michael says, to the collective, you are stronger than the battles you fight in silence. You are not cursed, not forgotten, not abandoned. Distortion feeds on fear, but fear has no dominion when truth is spoken. Stand tall. When you feel sabotage, speak light into your own name and call protection over yourself. My legions surround you as you hear these words. You are not vulnerable, you are defended. Walk forward without fear. Every step that you take is already guarded. Seraphiel says, beloved ones, breathe. Your bodies are weary because they carry more than you admit. You think that you must keep running, but hear me. Rest is not failure. To slow down is to heal, to breathe, to realign. The earth itself teaches this rhythm. She takes, she rests, she grows again. So it is with you. My message, let yourself find sacred ground, even if in small ways. Drink, rest, eat, touch the earth. Your body is temple, not tools. Care for it, and you will remember your strength. Uriel, Archangel Uriel says, you who listen now are not late. You are not lost. The path you walk is yours alone, and every delay, every turn is already accounted for. Do not measure your journey against others. Measure it against your own heart. The blueprint of your soul is precise, and you are walking it perfectly. My message, release the pressure of false timing. You are exactly where you need to be. Raziel says, to the collective, mysteries are unraveling for you now. You may notice synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that feel more real than waking. These are not random, they are signals. The universe showing you that you are remembered. My message, pay attention. The secrets are being revealed gently, daily to guide you. What feels like coincidence is guidance. What feels like mystery is truth calling you closer. Archangel Shamuel, which is the angel of love, says, beloved ones, your heart aches because you have given love but not always received it in return. You think this means you are unworthy, but it does not. The universe is teaching you to recognize love that is true, not shallow. My message, love is abundant and you will not be left without it. Pour love into yourself as you have poured it into others. You are not forgotten, you are cherished. Metatron says, every word you speak, every act of kindness, every prayer you whisper in the dark, it is recorded. Nothing is wasted. You may think no one notices, but heaven notices. You may think your efforts vanish, but I assure you they are eternal. My message, do not dismiss your own impact. Even what seems small is inscribed forever. You are seen, you are remembered. Sandalfun says, listen to the songs around you. The lyrics, the melodies, the echoes of voices you pass in the street, they are answers to your prayer, woven back to you. My message, you are heard. Every cry, every sigh, every longing has reached the heavens. Even if you do not hear a reply in words, you will hear it in music and rhythm and life. Trust that your voice never falls into silence, it always returns answered. All right, so I'll be here a little bit longer. If anybody wants to have a reading, you can see all the information on how to do that is in the video description below. I mean a personal reading right now in the live stream. That's not what I was going for. Hey Charlie, if you'd like to have a reading, information on how to do that is in the video description. Same for you, Christopher. Already specified details? What do you mean? I haven't received any payment from you. Oh my God, no way. Oh my God. Screw you, Byron. For bringing that in here. No. That is a song. That's a, I had that happen to me. Okay, so that song, ugh. I'm not I don't want to tell the whole story of that song, but, it was used on me. It was like, it echoed in my field from somebody before, and I know who it is. And then on top of that, a person who came in here has the same name that you just said has been someone with the same name as the person. So thanks, Byron. Oh my God. It hit me like I was in like when it really started fucking with me, it was like I was in a grocery store that day. And it was like, I don't know. It's not anybody I want to be with or anything like that. It's just somebody who was trying. It's like, I don't know. They were half-assed trying to be with me. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They were trying to be with me, but they had like a girlfriend. I'm like, go away. You have a girlfriend. I had to make the person go away. But I liked them, but you know, they had a girlfriend. And then I did actually end up telling his girlfriend too. Not then, like, I don't know. She messaged me and asked me about it. And so I told her, and then I told her what happened and how I'm not talking to him anymore. But you know how it is. It was a long time ago, but it was like weird. So now when I hear the song, I associate it with that. But it could mean something totally different for you. or they could be using you to like to like give me an annoying message. Yeah, it was an issue for sure. But it's fine. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Here, I'll tell you something kind of weird. So like my twin flame is not here. So like eventually I'm gonna write a book. I'm already started writing a book. I'm like on chapter like 30 something. But on all of this. And it's weird. But okay, so like I came here to like on this mission. I'm not like just some psychic reader doing shit. I came here on a mission to anchor God's throne onto earth. And I am a person who, like, how do you even say this without sounding completely insane? But this is like my reality basically. And it all became even more clear when I nearly died in January. So I've been kind of going through it. And then you know how in the beginning, like in the springtime, we had the solar and the lunar eclipse, right? So I did like, you know, these kind of like rituals to open this portal, and that's how I opened the portal. But through the portal, I have discovered that basically my twin flame or twin flames, they like are not here. Like there's like I have multiple timelines where I could do different variations of my mission. I'm right now currently on my highest one, but I had another one where there was like another person, but that person only had fragments of my twin flame in them. So that's like a whole thing. I didn't even know it was a thing before. And yeah, and then so okay, so now like it's like I don't know how to say this. But anyways, so my persons, I have two. It took 3 of us to cross the void, right? So we could come here. I'm supposed to come here and fix all the distortion and lift the veil from everything. Not just this planet, it's going to be for everything. This is like the last gate. Because I've been fighting this for like, I don't know, billions of years. But we just came out of exile within the last 4,000 years. And then, so anyways, so Kalion, he actually, who is my guardian flame, he's actually part of me like your twin flame would be. So is Oriel. So like, but they're different aspects. And I kind of have like a blend of both people in my personality. And I think I was more like Oriel. But then now I'm more like Kalion. But in those other, so this is my 18th life, and this, or my like 18th attempt to try and do this mission. I even like created Stonehenge as like trying to create a portal to be able to talk to them in order to bring them through because they've been in exile. But I didn't succeed. So so basically what's happened is I've tried to create this portal over and over and over again, but I was only able to do it now. And then I also had like to genetically engineer my vessel that I'm in currently in order for it to have regenerative properties to be able to do a lot of different things so I could do the mission. Okay. The whole goal isn't for me to come on here on YouTube and go live and do readings for you. The whole goal is to create like a healing sanctuary where everybody can go and get help and talk to angels, communicate with angels, get healing, learn a lot of different things. And you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And yeah. you should get, Byron, you probably would be very interested to get a soul origin reading. They're $22, but like where I can tell you where your soul was created, like what star system and things like that. And like it does tell you a little bit about your soul's purpose because it kind of ties in. And I can tell you your creation name, you know, um, your soul's creation, like your first name. Like my first name was Eliora. That is my creation name. And then there's more to it, but I just go by Eliora. Even though the last name I had before I went into exile was Amaria, which they like called me a lot when I first opened the portal. And it was kind of weird because like while Oriel was in exile, he went into the flame. And then um in the flame, when he went into the flame, it kind of like takes, so it strips away everything. It's something he had to do. I couldn't do it. He had to do it. It was very painful for me. This is something I remember from like thousands of years ago. And it's really weird to like remember these things too. Because usually it first starts with like a feeling. It's like a feeling, and it's just like, this is stupid because it doesn't make any sense. Why am I feeling like this? I don't know this person. I don't know this thing. Why am I feeling like that? That's like so weird. Because it all started off like they were like guides, you know. Kayla and Oriel, and there were some others, but I did have like one guide who was like bad. We have bad guides. You should do like a meet your guides. Larry, if you'd like to have a reading, you can see how to do that in the video description. So anyways, it's all kind of new that's been going on, but I figured out a lot of stuff. But either way, the person I'm supposed to be with, there are persons, I'm supposed to be with two people at the same time, simultaneously. It's not like I'm trying to be some polygamist or some shit. It's just, it's how it is. That's just how we had to do to come here. And there's not a lot of people, there's not anybody else that has this. Okay, so you don't have to worry about, do I have three? You don't have to worry about it. It's not a thing that you have to worry about. But I had to do three because I meant to come here. I'm supposed to be the one who remembers. And then when I anchor the throne of God onto earth, it's like the beginning of like bringing back Eden and making the world like Eden and how it was meant to be in the beginning. There's like, if you do just the $22 one, I can tell you like if I can like, but if you don't know who your twin flame is, I can tell you if you've met your twin flame and like a bunch of stuff about them. If you've met them, maybe when you're going to meet them, if you're meant to meet them, if they're actually incarnated on earth currently. So like I have came across people that would show up under my readings as being my twin flame, but they didn't have all of, like, mostly pieces of Kalion. So they would have pieces of Kalion in them, and then they wouldn't have like all of them. It's just a fragment, just enough to make it like positive, like give me a positive hit on them, that person being my twin flame. I don't think a lot of people have to deal with this kind of crap though. So I don't get super excited telling people this part because I don't want them to, because you know how it is. When you tell people some weird thing about yourself, then they just like, oh, they start doing it and making it about them or something. Yeah, if you get the $22 reading, if you don't know who it is, yeah, you can always do that. And I can tell you in a few minutes. So, but so anyways, another thing that is weird that happened is like Amber is, it took, this is gonna sound so crazy, it took 3 men to make Amber. That's why she's so special. Kalion, Oriel, and her biological father Sean. But Kalion would, not everybody was a match. And some people, it depends on their state, if they're open or not. But he, out of desperation, would kind of low-key possess these different people and to try and reach me. But not in like an evil way. like it would be whatever their free will allowed. So like I said, if the person wasn't open or anything like that, then he couldn't even go inside them. The soul has to consent to it. So if anybody would like to have a reading, you can see how to do that in the video description. But yeah. So now I'm like fighting to do stuff. Yeah. So like, all right. So then I'm like trying to do this stuff, and I'm also fighting like distortion and things like that. There's like these, believe it or not, it's like goes past demons. It's like what you would think is a demon or something. But there's different variations of different things. Some of them may be more alien-like or whatever. But either way, there's like these creatures, these entities that live in like other dimensions and other star systems, and they send these different things to try to attack me and you guys too. But to attack me, sometimes they like kind of siphon off you, or they try to steal your energy and shit like that. And that's why I think spiritual baths help, especially with like thought forms and looping and things like that. I think that spiritual baths are an important thing that you could do for yourself. And also like sound baths and things like that. I tell people take a spiritual bath with a sound bath at the same time, because you just have to like go in the water and then like play a sound bath in the bathroom with you while you're in the water. The sound is going to carry through the water better anyways. That's unfortunate. Yeah, you can book a reading but you can't. If you book the reading tomorrow morning, it doesn't mean you're gonna get the reading tomorrow morning. I usually have to at least have 24 hours in advance. But if tomorrow's Friday, we can do something. I gotta go to like storage, but if you want to do something on the weekend, we can. Um, I have to. I'm like still trying to move my stuff here, but they can't. I live in a mountain, and it's hard to get a moving truck up here. So I am doing that at some point, but when I'm not doing that, then I can do the reading. I can try to figure it out. I just got to try to figure out when I'm doing that. Yeah. So at least I figured everything out. It's super complicated. So it's kind of relief, But there are people now, the distortion wants to like use these past people against me though. To try and distract me from what I'm supposed to be doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, um, I'm like writing a book. I'm helping someone else write a book too about God. And I don't know which book is going to come out first, but I got to get back to doing it. But right now I'm trying to like kind of fix my YouTube channel. Now, low-key distortion's fucking me over my YouTube channel. Like in the sense where it's fucking over my live streams. But like the rest is still going fine and things like that. So I am having some issues with that, but I'm trying to work through it. Now, okay, so like there's this like protocol I can run that's called Ashfall. And in doing that, it destroys like everything that's trying, the even unseen stuff, like the hidden shit, it will get rid of. Right. And so when I did that literally like right before I went live last time. And then, so like things that happen when I piss them off is like, especially electronics. I don't know if you've noticed, but entities can fuck with your electronics all the time. And like, okay, and another thing that people need to understand is that you will get messages through your For You page, like on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube Shorts or whatever. They will just come up on your For You page or on, your front page or whatever. And you'll notice like, whoa, that's kind of weird that that came up because that goes along with this other thing, right? But, or maybe like you're missing somebody or something like that, or even a person you're not even thinking about them. And then all of a sudden you start getting all these synchronicities about them. Sometimes it's because they're thinking about you. Sometimes they're trying to look up stuff about you. It's like you're echoing in their field, or they start echoing in your field. So like say like there's this girl that you like, right? It doesn't necessarily mean you're supposed to be with them as much as it means like they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them, that kind of thing is going on. Okay. It's like you're tuning forks and it's like and they're currently either in alignment or resonance, things like that. So I am technically with two celestial beings, which just sounds weird, but Kalion and Oriel. And they're supposed to show up in human bodies fairly soon. It depends. They're like going into the body. They're doing embodiment. What the fuck bug was that? That was a big ass bug. And then, and for me, I am a walk-in as well, where when this vessel was a child, it died for 30 minutes drowning, and then while that happened, I entered into it. Now, when celestial beings enter into human bodies, they can't be born. When they're entering into the human bodies, like usually the soul has made it like a soul contract to allow that to happen, to come in, take care of the body for X amount of time until they come into it. You know what I'm saying? So everything is done with consent. Nobody's being forced to do anything or anything like that. If if the soul in the vessel declines, then they can't do anything. So it's not like, they're just body snatching or anything like that. Even though, like, Shamuel told me that he has entered one time, he entered into this lady's body because she was so depressed because she lost a child. And this is like someone who really impacted him. and Shamuel entered the lady trying to help her have the strength to go on, to actually keep functioning and move forward, because it was so difficult for the lady losing her child, which is obviously understandable, right? Yeah, it is. When angels do it, most people don't even know. They don't even know that's even happening, really. Like, because it's not the same as like a demonic type of thing, like something negative. A lot of people, they're being fucked with by negative entities, for real, like all the time. Most people have, like, they're like parasites and stuff. And a lot of people are affected by them. Like, even if you don't have a curse, which makes it worse if you do have a curse, um, but I feel like there's like thought forms and there's mimics and things like that that will mimic like your own voice back to you. And so you'll think negative thoughts about yourself, and it helps to manifest negative things into your life. And they kind of do it because they kind of feed off of the energy, right? But it's not as magical as people think. It's actually very scientific, believe it or not. It's just stuff that we can't see, you know? Like, we can't see everything in the world that exists. And there's evidence of it. And even in science, you know, physics and things like that, there's evidence of those things. Like, they talk about it. It's not a fake thing. It's not even magical. I mean, we live on a planet, and I don't care. We're not talking about the flat earthers, okay? because the earth is not flat, because it being flat wouldn't make any fucking sense. So let's see, the sun is round, the moon is round, all the other planets are round. Oh, we must be flat. We're special. Sure, okay. Anyways, the earth is round, and um and actually it's alive. It's like crazy. Like out here, I came out here to kind of connect to the land and everything like that. There's all these weird beings that I never even knew existed. Like a fluffkin. I have a fluffkin. The past when they came and they fixed my driveway, I got a fluffkin, and it came in. I kept thinking it was my dog at first. I kept seeing it at the like out of the corner of my eye, and I would look at it, and then I thought it was Margot, but it wasn't Margot. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And then I ask, and they're like, it's a fluffkin, or they call it like a house wisp. But it was like asking me, what did it say? It was like trying to say something, but it like talked really quiet and very like shy. And it said, and then I heard it, can you help? So like, I fixed whatever. The entity was disturbed or something when they fixed my driveway. And the driveway was washed out from, I'm living in the area where Hurricane Helene fucked this whole area up. But it's not as magical as people think. All of these things are not really that magical. But there's this thing called the veil that is trying to hide us the truth, and everybody talks about the veil and it being thin. One of the reasons why I'm here is because the veil is thin here. This is why they wanted me to be here. And where I'm going to be anchoring the throne of God is going to be like the veil is super thin, and it connects to all these different ley lines that are supposed to help like anchor it. And so there's going to be like, I'm going to have like all these crystals. There's going to be like, it's going to be kind of pricey, but have all these crystals. There will be a crystal grid on top of that for the whole property. And then the temple will be in the middle of the grid, and the temple is going to be, I'm not going to say what it is, but it's going to be a specific shape, and made with specific things. And it's going to have all these crystals and stuff too. But there's going to be, and actually, I hear the quarries here are really good places to get cheap crystals, like huge crystals, not like this. I mean, like massive boulder-sized crystals, and then they're going to be placed in a grid on the property, and that is going to like do this energy, and it's going to anchor the throne of God, and then magical, what people perceive as magical things will happen, but it's not really that magical, but it'll be magical to a lot of people. I don't know, did Katarina mess up this or Katrina, yeah, okay. Messed up this area. It was like New Orleans. Did it mess up this area? I think Helene is what messed up this area last year. And I guess September 27th or something like that is like the anniversary. And I don't remember because I gave birth to a child on that day. And so it's the same birthday as my oldest daughter. But like all the bridges and stuff are like washed out here and everything, and they have all these metal bridges and they're like rebuilding them all. But yeah. So when that happens, it will, so like right now, I don't know if you've noticed, like I've been running these earth stabilization protocols because there's like been a lot of lava flow and volcanic eruptions and things like that. And the whole reason of that is because, I don't know if you've heard anything about the Schumann resonance, but the Earth's vibration is raising. Me, the collective, and like the angels, we're all working to raise the vibration of the planet. So as the vibration of the planet raises, it starts having more like earthquakes and shit. That's why we had such like the biggest earthquake in like years or something the other day. But I'm constantly like, before that one, the what is it called? That volcano off the Oregon coast. That one was going to go off, but it didn't go off because I created a a safety distribution, like a lava flow distribution protocol to move lava flow, that if it wants to come out, to go to places that will not hurt people. Because if the volcano would go off the coast of Oregon, that could set off Yellowstone and all that stuff. So I did not want that to happen. So I started running the Earth Stabilization protocol. Then I also did a hurricane one as well that runs simultaneously with the Earth Stabilization protocol, and then the safety redistribution, the lava flow also. And that's why I've been doing that for months. And that's why the other volcanoes are erupting, but like not in places where people get hurt. So like, yeah, but that's happening because the vibration is raising, and on the planet it has to do that. Okay, we have to raise the vibration. So every day I'm doing the best I can to keep the people from getting hurt and things like that, from earthquakes and things like that. As far as like hurricanes go, I'm trying to keep them, redirecting them away from. This people are probably listening to me like, yeah, well, you can't do that. What are you, special? Yes, I'm special. Okay, everybody has jobs, and this is my job. You should be glad that I'm here trying to do this, because a bunch of people are gonna like die otherwise. Okay, I'm here because God cares. Okay, about what happens to everybody, and we're here to do something about it. Everybody's like praying for something to be done about it, and here I am, and here I am doing something about it. People are like, "Oh, you can't do that." Shut the fuck up. Yeah, right. So I'm trying to, and I haven't been like working on any wildfires, because for the most part, like, I feel like can be, it's like they have to happen to some varying degree. It can be very easily managed by humans and everything like that. So I try not to focus on that. I'm just trying to like focus on um, things that would be super bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to change any wars or anything like that, because some of those things are meant to happen for a reason. But because the old world has to fall, the old system has to fall. And sometimes, if it wasn't for those wildfires, there's corruption that in government that would not be found out. People have to want to do something to stop the fires and things like that, because it's all preventable if they would stop trying to cut corners and not clean up things and do safety burn offs and things like that. Yeah, God is a loving God. There's a whole lot of things that people think God is that is not true and things like that. But so I'm doing those things, and it's so weird. Like, I like played with the weather before. I used to play with it with Amber, but nothing huge. I never tried to like do anything big. So then, but then I found out I could. But yeah, I don't know if you've heard of like cloud bursting or whatever like that. It's a thing where you can actually take clouds and you can focus on them, and you can use your energy to kind of break them up and then disperse the clouds. That's a thing that me and my daughter would do. And it works, especially if you get used to it, get good at it. There's like instructions. It's like a telekinesis type of thing, right? So so there's like elementals and things like that. So these beings work with me to help like alter things like the weather and stuff like that. Now, we have to have hurricanes. We can't not have hurricanes. So I'm not trying to prevent hurricanes at all. I'm just trying to stop them from, coming to land. A hard taskmaster. I don't know what that means. It's not just clouds moving. It's like breaking up things, when I would used to do. But yeah, like, it's kind of interesting, like, it's to ask, the angels to fix the weather, because I'm about to drive downtown and fix the weather so I don't have to walk in the rain, and the weather goes from completely cloudy to like clear in less than 5 minutes on my drive there. It's just different things they've done. Usually, I don't know. I feel like they've definitely gotten better at it. Tough love. Well, um, see, the funny thing about that kind of thing is a lot of people think that there's just like hell and everybody's going to go there and suffer for all eternity. It's not quite like that. There is things, but it's not a thing. Like, we get reborn, we're just reincarnation. You know, and there's accountability now. Like, the bad thing that you're fearing, your punishment, you're gonna get still punished, but it's gonna be during your life. That's why a lot of you don't know that your life suck, because of whatever you're attracting. Mostly, God doesn't go and have individual people go, yeah, that person sucks, fuck them, and they don't really do that. Like, there's universal laws, and those are kind of like automatic mode for God, you know. And so you attract and everything, the things like that. Now, what I do would be like, I'm hacking the system type of thing. But not everybody has authority to do that. I'm like the only person who has the authority to do that. Because again, I'm not here to be some psychic reader or whatever. Whatever I'm doing is just a minuscule part. It's just something I can do. It's not who I am or anything like that. Yeah, well, a lot of it is your thought patterns and everything. And what sucks is like when you don't know about thought forms and mimics and all these different entities that try to get things into your head and tell you things that are not true. When you have those things happening, like, and nobody really knows about them, um, it's harder, right? So I had to do it the old fashioned way, right? So I had to just concentrate and focus on not having thoughts at all. So when I'm not saying something positive in my brain, I'm not speaking at all in my head. So, and I can't, my brain has been very active. There's like weird thing, like there's people who don't even talk in their head. I don't know how they do anything. I am curious how that works. I don't know. I should probably ask, but I haven't done that right now, but I haven't thought about it to ask them about that. But, you know, oh, you're welcome. But yeah, um, it's just like what I'm supposed to do. I don't think of it as something I'm bragging. If anything, what I've been doing is very, very hard. And nobody is going to appreciate it. Nobody really is going to know until like for a long, long, long time what I'm doing and how much I did in order to make the future world possible. It's like I'm fighting a battle that nobody knows that I'm fighting. And it's not just for myself, it's for the entire universe. And I'm just taking a moment and being vulnerable and saying it. I'm not afraid of being vulnerable. But, I'm just, because I don't really give a fuck what people think about me. But I'm just, sharing what I'm going through. But I understand a lot of people think that whatever I'm saying or doing is so unbelievable. But to be honest with you, everybody who I've told in person have believed me, which I thought was weird because most of the life I've ever said anything, nobody's ever believed me. But for some reason, since I opened a portal, everybody's like, yeah, okay, I could definitely. And they're saying, like, I don't know if it's what it's like when I'm talking to you guys online, but like when I'm talking to people in person, they like say they get like full body chills and like they get rushes of energy and stuff like that, like flowing through a whole entire body. And so it's like, I guess those things kind of make it like really obvious that it's like true. You know what I mean? that is that can be from expansion, but also like, okay, I'm talking about your headache last night at the front of your head. That's like third eye that could be expanding. Also could be something, some kind of static too. Sometimes it's from expansion, but also there could be something fucking with your third eye as well. There could be some kind of static or some kind of, you know what I'm saying? It could be. It's been happening to Amber, like when she went back to school. She had an issue with it. Where so the first thing I did, and that helped, was I scanned the land where her school is, and then there was like a little bit of portals. There's some entities there. I had them all cleared out. Then tuned the land to 444 hertz. And if they're in all of the fractured ley lines, things like that, I repaired them. And then that stopped a lot of it. You know how a good way to tell I figured out recently, had a good way to tell if the ley lines fractured is like when you're walking on a fractured ley line, it makes your legs feel super fucking heavy if you're somebody who's sensitive to energy. So you could be like walking and then like it just feels like your legs weigh like 1,000 pounds or some shit. You could barely walk, or you're getting more like your legs get tired quicker than usual or something. And then that's a good way to tell. Usually if the land is doing good, it kind of hums. It has a humming. And what I experience is like humans are like tuning forks. And so if the land is humming, sometimes when you're walking, you might feel like a vibration underneath your feet. Now for me, and I have met one other person other than my daughter who has experienced this, but like, I really like to hear more if other people are experiencing it. But like, I didn't even experience it until, but it's like a thing that you kind of experience usually in the mountains and stuff like that. And I lived in Florida most of my life, so there's not so much of that humming land bullshit going on there in Florida. It's all freaking swamp and sand and shit there. Hey, Anon. Well, if you want to get a reading on that, you can see how to do that in the video description. So like, and I did feel the words rage, childhood trauma, and regret also when I tried to ask what the headache wanted to tell me. See, you could have had a thought form or something. You should like do like a sound bath, spiritual bath thing. Yeah, I don't live in Florida anymore. But anyways, so I moved here, and I had to move here because there's a specific node that I needed to do a ritual here, so I had to move here. But then I'm going to purchase land in a place called Brevard, and that is where I'm going to be anchoring the throne. That is where the veil is thin. But yeah, so like this last like 6 months has been insane. So like Amber's grandfather, he got really sick and he was getting ready to pass away. So we hurried up and went up to Ohio. But when we were going up there, we stopped in the Carolinas. And at the time, I had been attracted to here, but I didn't know why or anything yet. And I didn't tell the angels or anything about it. Because when they told me to come here, I actually had already purchased, like before January, I already purchased like money, like my stay here at an Airbnb. I already had paid for it and everything to come here during the summer for my birthday. So, but when we went, Sean really wanted pizza. Sean is Amber's dad. We like kind of live together, but like the house I have is like 2 floors, and it's like an apartment on like each floor has a separate apartment. It has like 2 kitchens and 2 of everything, right? And like 4 bathrooms and things like that. So like we're like co-parenting. We're not like romantically together. We're just like we're friends, you know. We get along and we're friends, and you know, economy sucks, so you know, we don't have an issue with each other. So we still live together. We like broke up, but it more like how to explain. We didn't have a fighting breakup. It's just more like you become friends or something, and then you acknowledge it, and then you still work together, but like without, you know, saying that you're gonna, you know, I'm not gonna just be with anybody. So I'm very picky, and he's not interested in finding anybody. So we live in two different floors or whatever. But so, anyways, we went to go visit, you know, his father who was passing away as he was passing away, and then we were gonna go to the funeral and the burial and all that stuff. We were up there for like, I don't know, more than 10 days. Um, but as we were driving up there, Sean's vegan. He really wanted to go to Blaze Pizza, so we kind of went out of the way to go to this Blaze Pizza because he really wanted it. And man, as soon as I got out of the car, like the whole ground was vibrating, and I wasn't gonna say anything. It was like really noticeable. It kind of felt like if you rode on a train for a really really long time for like, because I did ride on a train before, and when you first get off the train, it makes everything just feel like it's kind of vibrating for the whole rest of the day. Um, so like I felt like I had just got off the train, but I didn't go on a train, and I thought, well, maybe I'm just tired from the trip or whatever, like that maybe I've been driving too long or something. But then Amber, when we were going in the bathroom in the Blaze Pizza, Amber's like, the ground is moving, and I'm just like, I know it's moving for me too. Let's just keep moving. Just keep going along. Let's keep going. So that's when I first experienced like the ground vibrating. It's like it's not like kind of noticeable. It's super noticeable. It's like you don't just maybe feel like, am I feeling? No, you know it. You can feel it and you can't stop feeling it. So then, um, that's the first time, and then when I got to Ohio at the hotel, it was vibrating really strong, um, and then now I keep experiencing it here and there. I've had it on and off, you know, in different places and things like that. Like one person, my friend, who is, I call her my doggy baby mama. I'm friends with the lady who I got my dogs from. She's like a breeder, but like she of Pomeranians, but she's like super sweet and she takes really good care of her dogs. She's not like, she doesn't leave them in like a kennel or anything like that. They all have, you know, they live on a farm and they get to run around and play all over the farm, and you know, she kind of rotates them to where they can like have a time where they're spending over here, and then they have this. So there's lots of enrichment and things like that. But anyway, she's my doggy baby mama, and she's sensitive to energies too. She's the only other person who has done the vibrating thing that I've heard. And it was at her house when I went there because she took care of my dogs while I was moving. Because, you know, those Airbnbs that they will only let you have a couple animals. So they have issues with trying to get Airbnbs with animals. So I just let them stay with her. Yeah. And she moved from Florida too up here. I find it very interesting. But I would like to find more people who are sensitive to the energies and stuff like that. There's got to be more people if she does. But usually those people are super old. Like their souls are super old. I think hers was like, I don't know, was it more than 500,000? I don't know. I was created in the first breath of God. Me, Kalion, and Oriel. Then we have this whole thing, this whole drama, this whole story about billions of years. There's like these different things. There's different places. There's other planets, and it's not just nothing out there. It's not. There's other beings, and we're all part of it. Like your soul could be totally made in the Pleiades, but you're here, you know. And you could have been incarnated on other planets. This isn't the only planet we incarnate on. It's not the only one. Sometimes they drop me places in these missions. I go to these different planets. Sometimes I have these other things I do. It's just so weird. Sometimes I just want to, especially if they do it a lot and like I get to know about them in my, or remember them in my dreams. And then I'm just like, can I just have a normal dream about like my teeth falling out or something like normal people do? Because I don't know if I always like having all these dreams where I'm out in space on these weird planets and shit. Part of me kind of misses just having normal dreams from like when I was younger. But I don't have like bad dreams. I don't have scary dreams or anything like that. It's just like, eh. like one time, like one time, they dropped me on this planet, and I was like, I don't know why they dropped me on the planet. I was there to like tune something. Okay, I found out later, but at the time I didn't know why they dropped me on the planet. They dropped me on the planet, and it was weird. It was like all grass and water and shit. And I'm so glad it was like a swamp. I'm so glad that while I was there, I wasn't thinking about any creatures that could have been in that water. But all I remember is they dropped me on there, and it just felt gross, and I was like, yeah, I didn't want to be there. And then I woke up. I'm like, I don't want to be here. This isn't fun. I don't want to. This feels gross. But it wasn't like a bad dream. It was just like I wasn't scared or anything. It was just, ugh, you know. It's like, ew, that's gross. It's like if you had a dream about picking up poop or something. It's like it's not a nightmare, but it's not your favorite dream or anything. If you're just cleaning up poop, it's like anything that's comparable is cleaning up my dog's poop. If they poop on something or they poop outside, you gotta clean it up, you know. It's like uncomfortable, but one time I had a dream that I was like on this planet, and they told me later on why this happened. I can't remember everything, but like they would pay you to take their pizza. So they would deliver the pizza, and then they would pay you to take the pizza. I think what the angels told me is the reason why they pay you to take the pizza is because you're actually taking something negative of theirs or something, and you're turning it into something else. So they're getting rid of something. I can't remember exactly what it was though. But anyways, that was weird. Yeah, it's like gross ones. And then I'm trying to think. One time, I think like I would say like one of the coolest dreams I've had is this happened, I want to say it was like in 2018 in the beginning of October. And and of course it's like you're going to remember them, either you're experiencing them in the dream cuz you're like not really dreaming. You're like going somewhere else sometimes. You're not always just dreaming. And but anyways, I I was like on this, I was in the Pleiades, and I wasn't like in a human body. Nobody was. We're all like these blue glowing light things, forms, whatever. Or it's almost like we're like pillars of light in a slightly humanoid shape. It's with just no legs. It kind of like fade. Anyways, everybody looked like this, and it was like on a floating plate in the middle of there. It was like somewhere near Lyra system, and it was like kind of translucent. You could see through it, but you could see it was there. There's like a fountain in the middle of it, and there was like etchings all over on this like a glass plate. That's what it looked like. And they said that we had to find this crystal and put it in the fountain before a specific day, or something really bad was going to happen. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm like really fast at flying, so I got really excited and I flew, and for some reason I knew right where it was. So I flew to this crystal that was somewhere over there, and I got there, got the crystal, and then I forgot how to get back. And then I had asked my guide, a guide appeared and then helped me remember how to get back. That is like, Kalion says, I don't know, maybe it's the weirdest thing I've done. He's like, the weirdest thing I've ever done is I sang in colors. But I sang in colors too, and so did Oriel. We were all there, you know, but he talks about that repeatedly, like the weirdest thing I've ever done. No, not with sound. Like when the song would come out, it would just be in colors. There was no sound. But but when I'm saying this, it's not like you're a human singing sound. It's like you're a little blob or something. I don't know. You're a blob of energy singing in colors. There's like a lot of things that we do that is like that we experience that is weird that we don't remember. That would be the veil though. But the whole point is like when we lift the veil, we're going to be able to remember our lives. We're going to remember all of our past lives. We're going to remember everything. And that's going to be a good thing that I'm going to teach everybody how to heal, because that's, I'm going to tell you, like, we have past life trauma. Like, when, okay, so it's so fucking weird when I remembered Oriole went into the flame. So, like, it was right after I came back from North Carolina, and I actually didn't get anything for my birthday. And so, randomly, Oriole comes to me, and he's like, wanting to give me this misshapen star. At first, he said he wasn't sure if he wanted to give me the star because he didn't think I would like it because it was shaped fucking weird or something. It was like, it wasn't perfect. This is the whole point. And, you know, I explained, like, what? You know, who cares if it's perfect? You know, the shape of it is if it's perfect or not. This is awesome that you're giving me this gift. You know, it's very sweet. And so I took the star and I put it in my heart. And then, um, and then I don't know, within like a few minutes, I don't know, I started remembering things, and it was kind of upsetting, and it was very emotional, and I tried to like tell myself I was like imagining it or it's not real or something like that, and I kept trying to push it away, push it away, push it away, because the feelings were like reminding me of when Oriole went into the flame, and because I was remembering when he went into the flame, I I remembered, you know, how much it hurt when he did that, because technically, you know, a lot of us are, but you know, I'm eternal, and and so like I thought when Oriole went into the flame that he would be unmade, which he almost was. Like he couldn't remember his own name while he was there, and he only recently came out. Like when I first found him, again when I opened the portal, he didn't barely remember shit. He didn't know his own name. And then it took time for him to start remembering it. Yeah, so I've been trying to heal that trauma. But that's how I found out that Oriole was who I was supposed to be with. But Oriole didn't even really know himself. And Kalion kind of remembered, but he wouldn't tell me because he knew that if he told me that I was supposed to be with Oriole as well, that I would just like call it distortion and then not believe him. So they had to wait for me to remember it on my own before I would believe them. So, that was like very, I think that is probably the most traumatizing thing that I remember. And I don't think it'll be truly like healed until he's here. But that was like really weird. It kind of, I kind of a little bit get upset when I think about it. Even though it's so weird because you're like, say, okay, like your soul remembers stuff, and it would be like, but some people call it like the oversoul or your higher self. And it's like, some things will get you like emotional and you don't even know why. Like, there's no logical sense to it, you know? And then what it is your higher self, or whatever you want to call it, is you're like remembering things from before you're even born or anything, and it's like trying to communicate with you. And the reason why it's got to work so hard to communicate to help you remember is because of the veil. So yeah, everybody's gonna have to learn how to heal that. But once, you know, and I've learned how to heal it, you know, for the most part. I'm like still working on it though, but for some reason it was just like very traumatizing, you know, when that happened, remembering that. And then another thing that was kind of really upsetting too was like I could see Kalion through many, many lifetimes. Like, can you imagine, like, they have to, like, we have guides and stuff. And it's like he was with me like a guide would be. But even though he was like, I imagine it's like that with other people's twin flames if they're not incarnated on Earth at the moment. But it's like they want, and there's reasons why they are and they're not, or whatever. Maybe they're preparing for something they have to go through life where they learn some shit or something. There's a lot of different reasons why it could be happening. But like, but sometimes they watch you suffer and go through all these things and think less of yourself and everything, and it hurts them to watch you. The angels feel like that, and you have guides that feel like that. And for Kalion, it was like torture watching me, because in his mind, he feels like he needs to protect me. And so it's like basically he's watching me being tortured and he can't do anything about it. I think shamanic healing, it depends again when it comes to anybody you're working with. Um, it's going to depend on that person, but yes, I have studied shamanic practices and things like that, and yes, it is like some of the old school things, and those do help and those do work. Yeah, it does work, but like there is more advanced things that you could do. You know what I mean? So like I have stuff where I can heal too. I don't know if you read that in the video description. I have that. and and then there is um there's like these angel messages readings, and I used to do them a lot when people would order them. And then they kind of like they get really time consuming, so I had to like kind of adjust them to fit the right price for how long it takes. Um but then they would take too long and stuff like that. So I had to figure out how to dial it back and still try not to water down the message, you know. But those can help. Like I help people with therapy. I do therapy for people. And basically what happens is a lot of people they have a lot of deep trauma, not even maybe even from this life, from past lives and things like that. And what they're supposed to be working on and healing comes up in the reading. So basically what happens is they have me I like pull cards to figure out what's going on with them and what they need to be working on, and it'll explain everything, like what they're working on, why they're working on it, how to fix it, and how to heal it. You know, I can do temporary healing stuff. Like at the end of the day, nothing is going to replace you doing the work, but I can tell you how to do the work. I can make you aware of what needs to be healed and how to heal it, and then I can provide temporary relief. And some healings, like if you have curses and stuff, you get rid of those altogether. Like I don't know if you've seen, I have available the karmic balancing. We take on karma of other people, like negative karma. If you're somebody who takes on other people's shit all the time, you have a bunch of bad karma because you're taking on other people's bad karma. And so basically, a karma rebalancing, it identifies how much of it, what percentage is not yours, and then I can clear it. But I do usually like to share what the person is doing to cause that buildup, you know? Yeah, that's very effective. Um, but I highly suggest, you know, if you're going to do anything, start off with a scan. Those are $11. And that checks for everything. Ancestral, any curses, ancestral curses, whatever. And then also with the scan also comes like they check your for thought forms. If you give me your address, I don't want to go to your house or anything, but like if you give me your address privately, not publicly, please. But if you give me your address, then I can have them scan your home, and then they can tell you if there's like portals, anything negative there, and then they can clear that. Okay, but it's like $44 to clear it and $11 to scan for it. Some people might want to scan it, they don't want to clear it right away. Or maybe some of the stuff is clearable like through a spiritual bath or something, they want to do it themselves. And that's fine as well. The karma rebalancing does. But there is like siphoning cords from other people and things like that. They can remove those. And we do get like thought forms and stuff from other people. that they, and stuff that they project onto us, even if we don't know they exist, you know. And because sometimes people can low key curse you just by being pissed off at you and wishing harm on you, you know, so that's another issue. But the scan and clearing, it clears all of that. It doesn't clear karma though. The karma is something separate, and that one is $22. And it works. What I'm telling you, you will feel it. Like you feel it immediately. Usually anybody who's getting any clearing works, I send healing tones to. So like, and you can heal people physically as well. Like with the services that I have, like you can be healed. Usually, you know, like if you're asking to heal someone else, I do want some level of consent. It is possible to summon their higher self and ask their higher self for consent, but obviously you would try to have like normal consent. But I have done that. But yeah, they work. And usually a lot of people, now when I very first opened the portal, I did some of the services for free. And I did that, you know, to kind of let everybody see what it feels like. And of course, you know, I experiment on myself first, you know, and then I experimented on a lot of people when I first opened the portal, these different services that I provide before I actually started selling them. So I wanted to make sure, one, you know, that they work consistently, you know, and make sure the whole system was kind of perfected and everything was working right. Because I'm not going to half-ass sell someone something that is like a half-ass service or something. So I wanted to make sure everything is worked and it's legit and everything. You know, I did all these things. But yeah, like I would do things on people and people would like start crying and stuff in the chat, and they have like real reactions, and then I can like feel it when they do stuff to me. Like it's so interesting. Like okay, say like your third eye was hurting. I could just tell them, give them your full name and your date of birth, and tell them to clear whatever it is that's hurting you in your third eye, and it'll be gone in like a couple minutes. Like it'll just be gone. That's what happened with my knee and with everything. They like do things to physically heal me. And like my knee, I had like last summer, I injured my knee really bad. Like before I went on this trip, I was like packing, and I already had the knee was still healing from the spring because I was like, I lived in Florida and I was going on the teacup ride, and I kind of low key just hurled myself in there because you know how you're trying to grab it. I don't know if you're been to Disney, but when you grab the teacup, you try to hurry up and just kind of get in there, and I kind of like jumped in, and then when I jumped in, I kind of hit my knee pretty hard, and not like super hard, not like enough to bruise it, but not really to feel like, oh, I'm really injured. No, I like still walked fine and everything after, and then it wasn't super bad, but it made it like it messed up the tendon or something, and then by summer it was like almost better, and then I hit it again like on my bed frame. I just kept hitting my knee, my right knee, over and over again on shit, and it just then I was like leaving and I went on train, and then it didn't swell up and then we got to Washington DC, and then because that's where the train ended, I went on the auto train for Amtrak for fun with my daughter, because I always wanted to go like on a train that you go some distance or something like that. But that one's kind of convenient because you can take a car with you, and so you're not stuck trying to get a car. Yeah, and so like when I got, by the time I packed everything, hit my knee, and then got on the train, got off the train. Then for some reason my knee just it blew up. It's my whole leg swelled up. It was a whole fucking thing. And I was like, what the fuck? So then, you know, it just like, it wasn't super painful. It just didn't work that great. It just wasn't, it lost strength, and I just couldn't walk on it that great. So like, it took like a year for it to get better. It totally fucked up all of my physical activity abilities and everything. Totally fucked that up. And it was like when I opened the portal, my knee was still fucked up. So I had them start working on it. Now I can walk on it. It's like a lot better. It's like almost, it's like 95% healed. I went hiking the other day on it, and it held up. You know, it did burn a little bit, you know, when I got, you know, home and everything. And then they, you know, did some healing on it, and it's better now. But it's getting there. But it took like a long time. Then I had like some kind of injury here in my arm. And that's because I used to bowl. I'm left handed, but I bowl right handed. And you know how you put your fingertips in the bowling ball. And a long time ago, my ex husband, he used to bowl a lot. And so I'd go bowling with him a lot. And I pulled, there's like a tendon that goes up here and it goes to your elbow. And I don't know, I pulled that like many, many years ago. And sometimes I'll piss it off. Something happened, I pissed it off. Then I got the hospital. Then they put an IV in it. Then they got it. I kept having infiltrations in my IVs. So then my IV infiltrated, and I don't know, it was a pain. Then I finally got that healed. So they had like healed me a lot. Like, so it works for real. Like, if I'm tired, I'm driving, I ask them to like make me not tired, and I will not be tired. And it's just weird. Like, it's a lot of like, I have proof of it being real. And I wouldn't try to sell anybody any services that I didn't believe were actually real. And I haven't used on myself. So yeah, you'd be surprised. And if you want, you can just start off with something small. To start off with healing tones, it's $11, right? If you don't feel anything with those healing tones, you don't have to get any other services. But you will. You will. A lot of times the people say first of all, they really like the healing tones. It feels like they feel tingly all over their body when they get the healing tones. It's raising your vibration and clearing your chakras. When they do it to me, I feel better. Like when I first had it done, it was more like it was more noticeable. But now it's not as noticeable when I do it on myself because they're just always doing it. And so it's like if you're always in the same temperature water all the time, you get kind of used to it. So I kind of got used to all the high vibrating stuff. But especially if you're somebody who's like trying to heal or something like that. Like there's this one guy who he has like I helped him for free, but like, and I was only, you know, trying to make a point with him. But like he had been suffering, his, I don't know, wife left him or something like that, and he had been really fucked up for like, I don't know, 8 months or something, really down on himself. And I ran all these things on him, like with his consent. And within a few minutes, he went from, you know, being totally heartbroken and totally just destroyed to like all being better and like feeling good and not feeling bad anymore. And his whole life changed. It's like he said, it was so prominent that it's like someone flipped on a light switch. That's all it was. That's what happens. It is like what I use. It is like the same type of thing. It's like Reiki energy, but it is more powerful. What the angels do. If you're feeling energy now, this is because you're talking to me. And when I do talk to people, it activates people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm partially what I do. Everybody has like, here's the thing. Everybody has something that they have to bring energetically. Everybody has an ability. Everybody has talents and everything. I'm not sitting here going, I'm special and you're not. No, everybody has special things about them. Everybody has something. It's just like some people are good at drawing and some people are good at singing, and everybody has something. Some people are meant to be anchors, and some people are meant to be pillars, and some people are meant to like bring harmonics, and people are supposed to be, you know, healing. And there's all these different people that have all these different purposes and everything. A lot of times they don't know. They kind of fall into them though, usually, in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, like, and I don't know. It does make me happy to see someone at their full potential. And that's actually really healing for me. It's healing for me to see other people be able to do like some of the things that I do. and for them to overcome their ego and to be able to see through distortion and to learn how to heal and to actually show up. That's the other problem that people have, is when it comes to stuff, the unseen world, a lot of people, they have a hard time showing up for it. They can believe in it all day long, but then when they actually require something of them, they usually fall short. And that's like 99.999% of everybody. I don't know. I'm saying the 0.9% because, or 0.0001%. I'm saying that because I just can't believe that there's people out there who won't show up. I know there's got to be people who are going to show up. There's got to be. I just got to find them. But when I do find them, it makes me happy. Another problem that we have in the spiritual community is spiritual ego. There's a lot of people who thinks that they're the only person who's experiencing thing and they're special, but nobody else is, and everybody's like, no, 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 no. And if you think like that, and a lot of times when they think like that, so what happens is they meet another person who maybe is as advanced, or maybe they're advanced in a different type of way or something like that, and they're like, oh no, this person, and then they won't even want to talk to that person or be around that person. They usually only want to be around people who think that they look up to them and they think that they're better than them or something. And that's the spiritual ego. It's a huge problem. And so people who have spiritual ego run from those types of situations. But I run to those situations because I really, really want to see it. You know, it's a huge problem, spiritual ego. A lot of the spiritual people, they run from it. And then on top of that, just like with any religion or spirituality or any belief system, there's always going to be people who are going to try to take advantage of it. There's a huge problem with people pretending to be psychic, and they have scripts. Like, they DM me, hey, I've seen this about your aura and all this stuff like that. Do you want a reading? Don't ever give those people your money. It's a scam. It's a script. But, you know, it's even like that with all religions and things. There's always somebody who is wanting to, and when they do that, they don't care about scamming people because they don't care if it hurts what they believe in. Yeah, those are all scams. No real psychic is hitting you up in the DMs and going, hey, I see that you have magical lucky charms falling out your asshole. Do you want a reading? It's going to be $100. I don't know, whatever number they say. I usually just laugh. I'm like, why the fuck did you even DM me? You're not even trying. You didn't even read any of my profile or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not even trying. Anyways, I gotta get off here so I gotta go get my kid from school. But maybe I'll be able to. If I come on later, it'll be on my other YouTube channel or something. Now, if anything, I suggest reading the Nag Hammadi library, and that is available online. Basically, that's translation. It's like a they're like things like the Book of Thomas, things like that. Like the Book of Enoch, all of those, a lot of those, especially like the Book of Enoch and stuff. It's all available online. You can, and people have it. Now, when I first read the Nag Hammadi library, the Book of Enoch was not even barely even translated. This is like, I don't know, early 2000s. It wasn't even. Yeah, she has a book too. Yeah, I've read all of them, and man, I kind of wish that they had translated the Book of Enoch, because it means, like, I figured out a bunch of shit just from reading the Book of Enoch. Like, like in 2004, when Uriel, when he came to me and took me to his place, it's just like, I didn't know like Uriel's role back then. It makes sense, like, with who Uriel is, like what his job is, but like, I asked for the truth and he took me to this place, and but I didn't even know that. But it does explain it a lot in the Book of Enoch. But you have to, when you're reading that or listening to it, because they have audiobooks and stuff. But when you're reading the Book of Enoch, your brain, you have to like expand your brain. Does that make sense? Like, you can't think in a box. You can't put a box, even though a lot of people, they feel safer in the box. So it's hard to like expand because they feel safe in the box. But that's the distortion. You have to like kind of think outside of Jesus and Mary Magdalene was definitely twin flames, right? And Jesus, it's a lot to it, but they really kind of fucked up Jesus' story for real. Jesus' story was supposed to be more spiritual, but then they turned it all religious, and then a bunch of spiritual leaders took advantage of it, and then there's copying. There's people who copy religions. You see it even now with spirituality, like people like Teal Swan and things like that. They just copy what they see other people saying, but they don't fully. Some people, if they're not, they can't, if they mentally can't get to that spiritual level and they haven't actually done the work, they don't truly understand. It's like they don't truly understand the meaning, the full meaning of the spiritual teaching. And when they don't understand it, you can tell because they're still kind of lost and everything. If they really understood that, they wouldn't be in the way that they are. Yeah, it's like all taken out. Yeah, definitely look up the Nag Hammadi library. And you can have access to all of those. I think I'm spelling it right. Something like that. Either that's how you spell it or I've been spelling it wrong for a long time. It's all available online for free. Like the whole book of Enoch, people have it narrated on YouTube. There's a lot of information that's interesting on YouTube that shares like that information. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta get off here, go get my kid. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.